7 years after an ISIS attack killed their daughter, the family of Naomi Gonzalez, the only American killed in the 2015 Paris attacks, is speaking out tonight for the first time. The family is headed to the U.S. Supreme Court next month to seek justice for their daughter in a lawsuit against YouTube. They allege the social media company aided terrorist recruitment and radicalization. Devin Dwyer has a closer look.
Losing my daughter in that attack, it was horrible.
Even after 7 years, the loss for Beatriz Gonzalez and Jose Hernandez is profound.
It's sad in a way because she's not here. But at the same time, we like to talk about how she lived.
Naomi Gonzalez was the 23-year-old light of their lives, a junior at Cal State University Long Beach studying industrial design and the first in her Mexican-American family to attend college.
Very independent, responsible, punctual. She had everything that we don't have.
But in November 2015, tragedy struck in Paris.
My friend called me and she told me, did you hear about the news that Paris has been attacked for the ISIS?
ISIS terrorists on a rampage across the city. Hours later, they learned the horrific news that Naomi was one of 130 killed and the only American.
I never thought that something is going to happen to her.
You could never imagine it.
Never.
Last summer, the French convicted and sentenced 20 people connected to the attack, but the Gonzalez family says they want broader accountability. In a lawsuit filed in 2016, they allege YouTube parent company Google gave material support to ISIS by not only allowing the group to post videos, but by promoting them through algorithms that recommend content to other users.
If some changes can be done, that is a big thing.
But Gonzalez has been unable to even make the case in court because of a landmark law known as Section 230 of the Federal Communications Decency Act, which gives sweeping immunity to social media companies.
Section 230 has been referred to variously as the law that created the modern internet, the most important law in the internet.
It protects companies like Twitter, Google, and Facebook from being sued for photos, video, and commentary uploaded by users, or for the company's decisions to moderate content on their sites.
They get to decide what to carry, they get to decide what not to carry, and they get to decide how to design their algorithms to amplify certain types of content or to de-emphasize other types of content.
When this statute was enacted in 1996, it was for the express purpose of protecting kids from seeing obscene material online and protecting companies who take obscene material offline to protect kids. And it's been turned on its head.
The Gonzalez family argues algorithms which spread users' content shouldn't qualify for immunity. And next month, they'll make that case at the U.S. Supreme Court.
This is the first time ever the Supreme Court has weighed in on 230.
What would that mean for your clients if in fact, the Supreme Court were to roll back 230?
It will certainly provide a more sensible opportunity for families to hold companies accountable. It will simply kind of open the courthouse door.
YouTube says it bans terrorist content and that its algorithms help catch and remove violent extremist videos, saying 95% removed last year were automatically detected. A spokesperson telling ABC News undercutting Section 230 would make it harder for websites to do this work, making services far less useful, less open, and less safe.
The change in the liability rule will likely create far greater litigation risk. You could see far more dangerous content online because companies would be afraid to moderate.
The tech industry says it could upend the internet as we know it.
Some companies are going to over-sanitize their services, and they'll err on the side of caution. And others, meanwhile, are just going to stick their heads in the sand, and they'll abdicate completely.
Frances Haugen, the former Facebook insider and algorithmic specialist turned congressional whistleblower, says there is a middle ground.
My fear is that without action, divisive and extremist behaviors we see today are only the beginning.
Warning that algorithms can harm Americans and that companies need to be more transparent and accountable.
The challenge of these systems is that people are drawn, our hindbrains pull us towards more extreme content. So you can start out by looking at something very moderate, like something like healthy eating. And just by clicking on the content presented, get led to pro-eating disorder content.
How easily can companies modify these algorithms to mitigate some of these harms?
We have tools, but all these things decrease usage. They make the companies a little bit less money. And in a world where our business models are fueled by clicking on ads, there aren't independent, just market incentives for making products that help people be healthy and happy.
For years, Congress has debated changes to Section 230. President Biden, in a recent Wall Street Journal op-ed, called for an end to the liability shield for internet companies. But there isn't a consensus on the way forward.
What happens in a world where YouTube is responsible? That's a really hard question. But people were exposed to this information who would not have been exposed to it if these recommender systems hadn't put it in right in front of them.
No digital service wants their products to be used by bad actors. But to try to use liability here is actually going to produce a contrary result.
As we join the Gonzalez family on a visit to Naomi's gravesite, her parents told us they want the Supreme Court to help seek justice for their loss.
What do you hope comes from this case at the end of the day?
We just hope that hopefully by this it'll change the laws and it'll be for the good, so they don't never have the pain that we're feeling.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.